This is Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth, and what you're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen, is two biological men who managed to make their way all the way to the finals of a women's pool tournament. Like, holy ClownWorld, Batman. Has everyone gone completely insane? These are some of the headlines making it around the world. Women's Pool Tournament Championship features two transgender players after beating out the female competition. The pair have won roughly 75% of their matches. You got these two transgender players competing in a women's pool final. And the winner here in the finals has gone on to now sue the governing body after being banned from some of the female-only competitions after having just won over the course of the weekend. This is absolutely insane. You may recall I recently put out this video, from billiards to disc golf to fencing. Female athletes are refusing to compete against male opponents. And in this video, I showed you how in the world of billiards, there was this lady who a couple of years ago was going up against this same guy, and she refused to play him. She forfeited the match. She walked away, and the crowd was cheering for her for making this, correct and brave decision to forfeit the match out of protest for having to, go up against this man. And this is the guy who ended up just winning now in 2025, and he wants to go on and sue the governing body for not allowing him to beat more women. It's absolutely crazy. You may recall I also spoke about the what's happening in the world of disc golf, because this female disc golfer, Abigail Wilson, also took the correct stance, standing on the right side of history by stepping up to the tee here and refusing to play against a male opponent. She says females must be protected in our division. This is unfair, and I refuse to play. Well, I have an update about her as well, guys. She thinks that most likely may have ended her career by making that move. However, she says this is okay because this is much bigger than me. Well, good for you, Abigail Wilson, for, again, standing on the right side of history and doing the right thing. And speaking of that, guys, you may recall in this video I was also talking about the fencing world, where a college female fencer in Maryland refused to compete against an opponent who was a biological male, and she was expelled. Here she is taking a knee in this video in protest against her male opponent. She ended up being expelled for refusing to compete against this male opponent. And here's the good news today, ladies and gentlemen. Stephanie Turner has just been awarded $5,000 for taking a knee against this trans rival in the fencing competition last month. So an organization out there has stepped up to the plate and given her financial compensation, to say, look, let's award women like her for doing this. And hopefully, more will take this brave stance. So this is a positive move in the right direction, guys. So I wanted to bring all of this to your attention and much more today. But really quickly, guys, just before we do, I'd ask that you check me out here at pressfortruth.ca/donate. If you appreciate my efforts to bring you this info. Here you can do one-time donation with PayPal. You can do Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. You can sign up here or here for a monthly reoccurring contribution. You can send an e-transfer to dan@pressfortruth.ca, or you can send stuff to my P.O. box, guys. Links for all of this is located in the description below. Thank you so much to everybody who just takes 1 minute today to contribute to my efforts to bring you this information here at Press for Truth. All right, guys, check this out. This is video from back in 2022, where the #1 female disc golfer in the world, Kristen Latt, who was Kristen Tatar at the time before she was married, was facing off against this male opponent, Natalie Ryan, and she ended up losing to him. Here they are tied going into the 18th. She throws her drive, nice drive. And here's the con man, Natalie Ryan. And listen to the announcer.
Natalie puts so much more power on that tee shot.
Saying, oh, she put so much more power into that tee shot. Yeah, Because it's a man. Men have more power. They're physically stronger. This is why he was able to get the disc closer to the basket, giving him a massive advantage. He's now able to get it even closer than his opponent, Kristen. Kristen steps up. She has to make this in order to force the playoff, leaving Natalie Ryan with a little tap in for the win. She throws her hands up, being like, what could I do? I'm going up against a freaking man. So, you know, this, look at him, after winning, just took down the females. This is like absolutely insane. So now you have this disc golfer walking off against this very same man. Abigail Wilson was supposed to face off against Natalie Ryan, and she's like, hell no. This guy beat the world's #1, Kristen Tatar. Like, this is not fair whatsoever. So for taking this very brave stance, she just suggested in an interview that she feels it probably most likely ended her career. The professional disc golf athlete who walked off the course during a Nashville competition on Friday over her concerns about a trans-identifying male player told the Daily Wire that she was warned against speaking out. When Abigail Wilson stepped up to compete at the disc golf tour, she turned around and walked away from the tee, saying, "Females must be protected. This is unfair. I refuse to play." She told the Daily Wire that after the competition that she had raised concerns the day earlier, and she was reprimanded for misgendering her competition. The trans-identifying male disc golfer Natalie Ryan was set to play at the same tee time as Wilson in the women's division. Ryan sparked controversy since at least 2022 when he defeated the world's #1 ranked female competitor, Kristen Tatar. So, like, good for her, for Abigail Wilson, for standing up to this con man who, again, already beat out the world's best. And, you know, we need to continue to support women like her. And this is why I'm very pleased to announce that this is happening. Stephanie Turner, the female fencer who took a knee to her male opponent, who they wanted to force her to fight with a sword, is being awarded $5,000 by an organization that has given her financial compensation for doing the right thing. This female fencer who refused to compete against a transgender opponent last month has received an award and a payday for taking a bold stance. Stephanie Turner was set to battle with Redmond Sullivan at a USA fencing tournament on March 30th, but took a knee in protest and said she wouldn't be competing. She was subsequently shown a black card at the tournament, which excludes her from it and suspends her from the whole thing. The incident propelled Turner into the center of a huge debate around trans athletes in sports. She spoke to the Daily Mail about her concerns over speaking on the issue in the past, and on Monday she learned that she has gained a powerful ally, the increasingly influential XXXY Athletics, which calls itself the only athletic brand that stands up for women's sports, awarded Turner with the Courage Wins Award and announced that she would receive a $5,000 prize as well as admittance into a leadership program. By taking a knee, she became more powerful than any male. She stood her ground to fight for women's sports. XXXY Athletics founder Jennifer Say said in a press release, "She is a hero." Say continued, "We aim to take the sting out of the monetary cancellation and platform these women and bring them on board. They have community, they have support, they will not stand alone." Bravo to this organization for awarding this brave woman $5,000 in compensation and essentially an award for being on the right side of history and doing the right thing. I mean, sadly, the same thing can't be said in the world of billiards, you know, where this hasn't been happening. These two biological men managed to make their way all the way to the finals and, like, beat out all of the women to face off against each other in the finals of the tournament. Absolutely insane, guys. Two transgender players competing in the women's finals. Like, again, holy clown world. Harriet Haynes and Lucy Smith faced off in the Ultimate Pool Women's Pro Series event, having each beaten 4 female-born opponents. Broadcaster Piers Morgan labeled the event as preposterous, being accusing the sport of cheating BS on social media. The former Olympic swimmer Sharon Davies went on to call it a bloody ridiculous and grossly wrong in every way. Replying to a post by Redux Magazine on X, who claimed that two men were facing off each other for a championship title, Morgan said, "Why anyone supports this cheating BS is utterly beyond me." And obviously that's exactly what this is. This guy cheated his way all the way to the top, and he's being allowed to do this. And furthermore, he wants to sue the governing body for not allowing him to crush the rest of the competition in the field. Transgender player Harriet Haynes is reportedly suing one of the sport's governing bodies over a ban from female-only competitions. Haynes, who won the women's events on Sunday night against another man, is taking legal action against the English Blackball Pool Federation in court this week, as per the Telegraph. In 2023, the EBPF changed its eligibility rules so that only those who are born female can compete on its ladies' tour and in county competitions. Haynes has historically competed in these events registering as a woman and believes that this is discrimination, causing a loss of opportunity and injured feelings. Who frickin' cares about your injured feelings? And what about the loss of opportunity for the real women who have worked tirelessly their whole lives to get to this point, only to have it all taken away from them by a con man? The EBPF has maintained that biological males do have an advantage with a higher average break speed. However, Hayes says, "My success in pool is generally from my own efforts." No, this is absolutely highly preposterous. Obviously, you are going to have a physical advantage in pool. If you can break the balls harder with more strength, they're going to spread out more evenly, and you're going to be able to effectively take them down more easily. Therefore, there's a clear male advantage here. So, I mean, hopefully the billiards world will snap to their senses and eventually do the right thing. Kind of like the swimming world did. As I reported on this one, sanity finally returns to transgender madness as Leah Thomas was banned by FINA. The world swimming governing body, FINA, effectively banned transgender women from competing in women's sports. And it's about time. This is one step in the right direction, but the next step should involve keeping transgender ideologies away from little children. And I think that's absolutely the next place that all of this has to go. But just the fact that we're even in this crazy clown world where two biological men can be competing against each other for the women's pool championships just goes to show you how slippery the slope has gotten, and just how bad things, really are in this regards, and why we must, platform and honor and applaud women like Stephanie Turner, who took the knee to this fencing opponent who is a man and is now being awarded, $5,000 in financial compensation for doing the right thing. That is absolutely beautiful, and I hope that we see more of something like that coming out as hopefully more of these women, take that brave stance and do the right thing, standing up for other women and standing up for what is right when it comes to men cheating and conning their way into women's sports. It's absolutely crazy. But here we are, guys. So just wanted to bring that to your attention. Once again, if you do appreciate my efforts to do so, don't forget to check me out here at pressfortruth.ca/donate. I really can't continue to go on doing this work without the help that comes directly from you, the viewers. I have no sponsors, no corporate overlords, no handlers telling me what to do. I'm a one-man show. It's just me producing this content, and I only get funding that comes directly from you, the viewer who's watching this video right now. So if that's a relationship that you appreciate, please consider making a contribution, especially if you've never done so before. Again, you can check that top link in the description below, pressfortruth.ca/donate is maybe one of the better places you can go because there's options. You can do PayPal, you can do crypto, you could sign up monthly, you can do e-transfers, or you can send to my P.O. box. Once again, thank you so much to everybody who does do this. Again, I can't continue to do this work without your support. So thank you, everybody. That's all for this video. I want to thank you once again for watching. Please click the thumbs up button, share this video, and stay tuned, guys. We're going to have more video reports coming soon, God willing. This is Dan Dicks reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.